The Capital Grille is a tantalizing option for a night out at a steakhouse, but not everything on the menu is worth spending your money on. Here's what customers say are the best and worst dishes. Ribeye steak is typically characterized by flavorful meat and a juicy texture. The Capital Grille offers two types, a 22-ounce bone-in version grilled to your liking, and a porcini rubbed boneless prime variety with 15-year-aged balsamic vinegar. While both cuts sound great on paper, actually getting them right is a whole different story. As one customer bemoaned on OpenTable, "I've been more times than I can count, but the past year has been hit or miss at best. I ordered bone-in ribeye. I couldn't eat it. I needed a saw to cut that steak." Huge disappointment. Several other diners have also complained that their steak wasn't cooked to their specifications, with one of them confessing on OpenTable, "My friend's ribeye was raw versus medium, only to be returned with the same steak, cooked medium well to well." You might not usually associate lobster with comfort food. Nevertheless, the Capital Grille's lobster mac and cheese boldly attempts to blur the line between a classic favorite and the rich flavors of the crustacean. Alas, this dish's inconsistent quality has left many diners feeling underwhelmed. The team at the Capital Grille describes the lobster mac and cheese as magnificent as it sounds, but clearly not all customers share this enthusiasm. One dissatisfied diner complained about the scarcity of a very key ingredient, writing on OpenTable, "The lobster mac barely had any lobster in it, and my lobster was overcooked and extremely chewy." Other customers have complained that the lobster was dry, while some have noticed that the portions have become smaller over time. The trick to the perfect roasted chicken breast lies in seasoning, temperature control, and letting the meat rest after cooking. Unfortunately, the Capital Grille seems to have missed the mark on these crucial steps. Served with mushrooms and Parmesan risotto, one major criticism is that it's overly dry. But the biggest issue with the roasted chicken breast is its consistency, or lack thereof, with some diners calling it too dry, while others saying that it arrived at their table undercooked. As one of them recounted on OpenTable, "We mentioned the chicken to our waitress and she apologized, removed it from our bill, and told us 4 other diners had also complained about the chicken."
You're just a little chicken. Chip, 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 chip.
Side dishes can elevate the overall dining experience by adding balance and depth of flavor to the main course. When it comes to shareable sides, the Capital Grille offers plenty of options, but unfortunately, the sautéed spinach with garlic confit doesn't quite deliver. The most common complaint among disappointed diners is the lack of flavor, while others have also mentioned a tangy aftertaste and excess oiliness. Customers with a preference for spinach that's both creamier and packed with more robust flavors might be better off opting for the creamed spinach with bechamel sauce. The classic version of Caesar salad comes with romaine lettuce, shaved Parmesan cheese, Caesar dressing, and croutons.
Have a taste of my hyper-corrosive croutons, arch-villain!
Caesar salad is also sometimes served with grilled chicken and bits of bacon. Capital Grille's version comes with grana padano croutons, and it can be incorporated into a plate with your choice of seared salmon, roasted chicken breast, or sliced tenderloin steak. Alas, the reception of this salad has been wildly inconsistent, with some calling it delightful and others being completely let down. With that in mind, the chain's other salads might just be a safer bet. As one online reviewer put it on OpenTable, the go-to Caesar salad was a huge disappointment. Wilted lettuce, cheese strips on top were extra thick. Other disappointed diners have called it tasteless, overly cold, and loaded with too many anchovies. Now that we've gotten the worst options out of the way, let's focus on the dishes that'll actually leave you with a big smile and a grateful stomach. Filet mignon is a popular cut of beef in upscale steakhouses, thanks to its delicious taste and melt-in-the-mouth quality. The Capital Grille's version is no exception. Served as an entree, it comes in either 8 and 10 ounces and can be prepared to your liking, whether you prefer it rare, medium, or well done. The chain also offers sliced filet mignon with cipollini onions, wild mushrooms, and fig essence for a different take on this classic dish. Satisfied customers have been impressed by the cut's tenderness and preparation, and have specifically praised the steak for being cooked to their exact desired level of doneness. When you look over reviews on OpenTable, you'll discover that this filet mignon is nothing short of fabulous, delicious, and divine. When it comes to fried calamari, the Capital Grille goes a step above the average steakhouse, as the pan-fried calamari with hot cherry peppers is an absolute favorite among the side dishes. The calamari itself is tender on the inside and crispy on the outside, while the hot cherry peppers offer a satisfyingly spicy kick, making for a dish that balances both texture and flavor. A review of the Capital Grille for Business Insider in 2024 called the fried calamari a thing of beauty. Plenty of other customers enthusiastically agree, with one of them declaring on Yelp, "It didn't disappoint. The spice of the peppers makes the calamari taste that much better." Others have called it fresh and crispy, heavenly, and the best calamari ever.
I'll baptize that piece of calamari!
Double-cut lamb rib chops are thicker than the single-cut variety and feature 2 rib bones, which amounts to a more substantial portion of meat per chop. When cooked correctly, they should be juicy on the inside and wonderfully crispy on the outside. And this is precisely what has been achieved by the Capital Grille with its double-cut lamb rib chops. The chops are marinated in a blend of honey and mint gremolata, which is a finely chopped mixture of mint, parsley, garlic, and lemon zest. Then they're cooked until they form a crispy outer layer, and the result is served with shallot and white wine jus. These chops have clearly struck a chord with diners, who have raved about their flavor and flawless execution. As one of them put it on TripAdvisor, "Honestly, I've never had a lamb as good as this one. I highly recommend eating at this place." And another customer on OpenTable declared that they were perfectly seasoned and cooked to perfection. Sea bass is native to the western Atlantic Ocean from Cape Cod to Florida, and it's recognized for its dark, almost black color. When eaten, it has a mild flavor with a firm, white, and flaky texture that's highly prized in various dishes. And the pan-seared sea bass at the Capital Grille is no exception. This dish is complemented by miso butter, asparagus, and shiitake mushrooms. Diners have raved about the flavor of the fish itself, as well as the accompanying sauce. As one of them put it on Yelp, "It was cooked to perfection with a nicely seasoned crust. I am not big on steamed carrots, but even those were delicious in the savory sauce that came with the sea bass." The Capital Grille's caramelized French onion soup is one of the cheapest items on the menu. True to its name, this appetizer features sweet onions topped with a layer of blended melted cheeses. Depending on the size of your hunger, you can opt for either a cup for about $11 or a crock for about $13. Customers have given this French onion soup the thumbs up, with many highlighting its flavor and its perfect portion size. One potential drawback is that it might be so filling that you might discover that you're not able to finish your main course afterwards.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
Some other adjectives used to describe this soup include outstanding, spectacular, and cheesy. With so much positive feedback, it's clear that the Capital Grille's French onion soup is a must-try for anyone seeking a hearty start to their meal. Truffle oil is a unique condiment created by infusing a high-quality oil, such as extra virgin, with the aroma and flavor of truffles. Drizzling this condiment over your favorite foods can imbue them with the distinctively earthy flavor of those elusive mushrooms without costing a fortune. At the Capital Grille, white truffle oil is used to transform French fries from a simple side dish into a gourmet creation. In addition to the truffle oil, the fries are finished off with a sprinkle of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Customers have lauded these fries with heaps of positive feedback. The Food Lover Girl blog called them addictive and comforting, adding that the truffle aroma and flavor were outstanding and that the Parmesan cheese made a nice addition to the dish. Another customer had similar thoughts while writing on OpenTable, perfectly cooked with correct crispness and flavor, not stale or sitting under the heat lamps too long. Known for its creamy texture and rich flavor, lobster bisque is a classic French soup that's gained international acclaim. It's usually made with lobster shells and vegetables such as onion, celery, carrots, and tomatoes. Some recipes might call for broth, cream or milk, white wine, and a touch of brandy. At the Capital Grille, the lobster bisque also comes with bits of fresh Maine lobster, and it can be served in either a cup or a bowl. This classic soup sure seems to have left a positive impression on many customers. In particular, they've praised the rich flavor and generous lobster content. A review on Cleveland.com noted that the crustacean level is so generous that you might even need a fork and knife. Another diner echoed this sentiment by writing on TripAdvisor, "This was excellent, filled with large pieces of lobster." The Flourless chocolate espresso cake is one of Capital Grille's 5 dessert options, and it may just be the one to order if you need something sweet to finish off your meal. So what exactly sends this treat to the top of the dessert heap? For one thing, it boasts a delectable blend of smooth Belgian chocolate and the robust flavors of decaffeinated espresso. Plus, the fact that it's gluten-free makes it an ideal option, even for those with sensitivities to that frequently problematic protein. Finally, the addition of fresh raspberries isn't just visually appealing, as they offer a tart contrast to the rest of the dessert's sweetness. Unsurprisingly, the chocolate espresso cake is a favorite among Capital Grille customers. One of them summed up the general consensus by writing on OpenTable, "It seemed impossible to cram more chocolate flavor into the flourless cake dessert."
Hope you liked it as much as I did. That is delicious.
Okay.
Other online reviewers have praised this cake for being exceptional, beyond wonderful, and absolutely amazing. If you're ready for dessert at the Capital Grille, but chocolate espresso cake isn't really your thing, then be sure to leave a little extra room for the coconut cream pie. Infused with a touch of rum and topped with rich caramel sauce, this indulgent selection delivers a sweet and creamy ending to the evening. The chain's executive chef has been gracious enough to share the recipe for this toothsome treat, which illustrates the intricate steps involved in its creation. It consists of a coconut pie base, coconut pastry cream, whipped cream, a caramel rum drizzle, toasted coconut flakes, and a crunchy coconut cookie. Talk about decadence. The coconut cream pie has been an undeniable hit among customers, with one of them enthusing on Yelp. "You will not be disappointed. The first time I had it, I literally stopped mid-bite because once the flavors hit my tongue, I was in awe." Another reviewer on Yelp was just as satisfied, declaring, "I got coconut cream pie, which was scrumptious. I didn't even want to finish it. I took it home. It was so beautifully done and delicious."